Do you want to know how good Wild Swing can be? How good it is? Well, let me tell you! It's to die for. Hello, my fellow hunters, and welcome then to a build I am in love with right now. Incredibly fun, powerful, and safe. Let me tell you the seed of the idea from which this masterpiece bloomed. I really like Wild Swing. I wonder if it's possible to just put Rocksteady Mantle on, stand there, and Wild Swing for the entire duration without needing to move, without dying, and while doing loads of damage. And, well, this is the answer to that pondering, and what an answer it is, because it uses Latent Power!
You know something? You disgust me.
And I know you're probably thinking, oh, alright, close the video, boys, this is not happening. Okay, look, let me explain. So, Latent Power is absolute trash, which I realize isn't the strongest opener ever for this build still, but look, stay with me here. Latent Power up to rank 5 is just utter garbage. Latent Power Secret, rank 6 and 7, however, start to actually get really good. And uniquely then, for this build, it's the perfect match, because you get 60% affinity and half stamina cost, which is absolutely great for, well, using a really stamina-intensive move and doing loads of damage with it. It's a natural combination. Given that Safi'jiiva now, the 3 and 5 set, also lets us self-damage incredibly effectively, well, there is a lot of potential to be had here. In fact, it's a skill I've been experimenting with for a long time, but never found quite the right build to let it shine. Whereas now, I think I have. And to put it in perspective then, at levels 1 through 5, you have to take 180 damage, and well, the effect only lasts 90 seconds. But at rank 6 and 7, you only have to take 120 damage, and then you get 120 seconds. Lasts longer, easier to make happen, and very potent. And it is very easy to make happen. You barely have to think about it, especially with how this build plays, coupled with Safi self-damage. I have about 80 to 90% uptime on average, and that is a lot to be getting a free 60% not weakness exploit affinity. And indeed, this build comfortably hits 100% affinity without the need for weakness exploit, which, apart from just freeing up build space, is just so nice to know no matter where you hit or how you are critting. And don't get me wrong, this build, just as a normal Switch X build, is incredibly potent, and you can play it completely normally and just have this phase where Rocksteady is up that you can stand there as an absolutely unstoppable, literal whirlwind of axie death. Except if you get hit by one of the few moves in the game that still knock you over despite wearing Rocksteady Mantle, because for some reason you thought it'd be a great idea to stand there continuing to spam your Wild Swing despite the fact that Gigante has gone into the air to do his super move that you know actually does go through Rocksteady Mantle, because for some reason you thought that would be okay, because apparently you're trash at this game. Thank you. Every single swipe, a lovely of light as you tear through the monster, and it really is satisfying. Right, walking up and just seeing those lovely crit flashes back and forth and back and forth, and it's just beautiful. Wing, 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 wing. Oh, and if you're wondering about the sound effect there, I mean, let's just say, watch the end of the watch till the end of the video. Moving on. So that is enough pontificating. Let's actually talk the build then, because it is jam-packed full of goodies. The armor we are using is a Stygian Zinogre waist, which, well, Stygian has really helped this build by just giving us this lovely slot-filled waist and his normal counterpart's chest. This is 6 ranks of Latent Power by itself, and it's one of the reasons why it is, again, much more usable. It's fairly decent slottage across the both, and you get 6 ranks of a skill like this, so you don't need to pour too much into your build to actually make this happen. It just kinda does. Comboing then with the rest of the slots filled in with Safi'jiiva, we get our lovely bits of crit boost, and we have so much slottage to work with. The charm, of course, is Agitator, which will fill to rank 5, which completes our crit to 100%. So, the augments on the weapon, and the weapon, by the way, is the Poison Switch Axe. You can use the Blast one too. Doesn't really matter that much. Regular Switch Axe builds, you're going to be Master's Touching, so you have the Tail Waste, so Blast is a bit better, but for right now, I went with Poison, mainly for just purpley goodness on my back. It's about as effective as Blast, so choose whichever one you prefer. Health Augment, because we are really healing like a truck here, and we use this along with the Safi'jiiva healing to power through our Rocksteady Wild Swing phase. And then if I had more bloody Great Spirit Vein gems, which never drop no matter how much I want them to, but that's okay. I have all day to sit farming them. What else do I have to do with my life? I just love living in the Guiding Light. You would use the 3 extra slots to put in an attack augment, or for a little bit of extra safety, another health and a defense, depending on how you're feeling when you take it into the field. The Safi Awakenings then, well, of course, the Noga Essence to finish the triple set, which is very nice to see, and then double attack and double sharpness. We get the double sharpness because without Master's Touch or any other kind of sharpness protection, and with how much you do burn through it with this, you want a good chunk to not be sharpening constantly, and it's also nice to go to purple when it's time for your Rocksteady phase, and then get those first 20 hits in nicely boosted, and then attack just for attack. Now, of course, you do want them to be maximum rank, with attack taking the rank 6, and I would use my Dracolite on actually doing this. If I had one! Seriously, I am down to literally 0 of them, so I wish Safi will come back very soon. So, then, let's actually fill this out with decorations and look what we're working with. We end up with full Latent Power, full Agitator, and full Resentment. That is a very hefty offensive trio. Now, of course, the Rocksteady Mantle is a big part of this, and that brings us the final 2 attack to take that to 4 attack, and really, you are bringing a lot of raw oomph to your hunt here. Of course, we've managed to fit the health boost in, because we're just standing still for a portion of this, and, well, let's be honest, no build is complete without health boost unless you're speedrunning. The recovery up is really nice, because we get a lot of it as just for free as a part of our other skills in 4-slot decorations, but an extra 30% on top of Safi's healing and on top of your health augment really fuels the just stand still and wild swing insane DPS phase of this setup. We grab in the tool maintenance, of course, because we want that phase as often as possible. The crit boost finished, because we have 100% affinity. 1 rank of earplugs nicely just here as a bonus, thanks to Stiggy and Waste, which comboed with the Switch Axe giving you the other 4 when you attach to the monster, makes that absolutely perfect and snug. So as you can see, it's a very compact works set of skills that result in something with a lot of oomph. And the actual I have put Rocksteady Mantle on phase, and this is me being quite sloppy with it. It's me having a little play of the build, seeing what works, getting used to Switch Axe again. I will admit it's been a long time, even though it's probably my 3rd favourite weapon. So even this mess of a Rocksteady phase, you can see how silly it is to just keep positioning. Swing, 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 swing. Oh, monsters move. Position. Just swing, 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 swing. And it just keeps going on and on and on and on. And I absolutely adore it. There's something so supremely satisfying about it. And the thing is, it's not weak at all. You play normal Switch Axe, then when Rocksteady is available, well, you whack it on and just sit there wild swinging. Now, you don't have to, of course. You can, again, play normal Switch Axe, but it's just this beautiful little phase you enter every few minutes or so where you're just an unstoppable, yet stationary whirlwind of death. The monster's just like, I don't know how to get near without, ow, 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 I can't, guys, I seriously, ow, Jesus Christ, stop! And it just amuses me to absolutely no end. So there you go, guys. That is my Latent Power Switch Axe Wild Swing Infinite build. And honestly, I think there's potential for a 3-set Teostra, 3-set Latent Power Secret, and get 100% natural affinity with no weakness exploit that you never ever lose sharpness with, because it's physically impossible for you to not crit no matter what. So I am definitely going to look into this a lot more, because while it might not be as cutting-edge speedrunny meta as, you know, your cookie-cutter damage, it's definitely fun, and it's definitely good enough to come close enough that just the novelty of it, at least, definitely makes it worth it. Either way, like you've enjoyed this, let me know if you apply it to any of your own builds, and subscribe for more. A good boy. Hey, man.
Oh, hey.
Look, totally random, but it just kind of popped into my head for no reason. Literally, there's no reason.
What?
I promise. I just.
What is it?
You know the crit animation?
Oh, yeah, that.
The flash of light. Yeah. What sound do you think should accompany that?
Well, clearly it should be a boing.
Interesting.
Man, am I glad no one else was around to hear that.
No, as I said, just between us.
Rage Gaming with the video float.
But that's all that's really relevant at the mo, but I'm still gonna leave this up so you patrons know that I love you, even though the outro's no longer that kind of relevant. But the new one's being worked on, and it's gonna be a truly badass song, and don't worry, I won't be doing any rapping on it. I'm gonna go now. This was shit.